Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, for part 2 of A-Train's insane character development. This is Shimpimpin. We're gonna get right into it. The next time we see A-Train after the heart attack, Starlight is here, getting interviewed in her new skimpy outfit, and she's responding to the reporter as she questions about A-Train. Yeah, what up? Yeah, baby, back in the building. What you gonna do now? Awkward moment for everyone. But the A-Train is back, baby. Yeah. Starlight isn't sure what to do with herself. The next scene we see with A-Train, he has the guitar from Prince, Purple Rain. He's strumming along as if he knows what he's doing with it, but chances are he knows nothing of the guitar. Starlight shows her concern. Is it feigned? Or is it genuine? Hard to tell, but it seems to be genuine. After his near-death experience, he feels why not. A near-death experience tends to do that to people. As he recounts hearing that Starlight visited him every day and prayed over his bedside. He appreciates this. As A-Train brings up her dirt as well.
Or maybe you didn't mention that part.
Of course, that's information that has been withheld. But A-Train ain't no snitch. Which is why he gave this girl the look like, please, bitch. Fuck you feel like. Get the fuck out of here. The next scene we see with A-Train after Starlight has blackmailed an old acquaintance for V. He has snuck up on her and is questioning her completely. He is basically on her like White is on rice. As he questions her further. Checks to see what's up, but he finds absolutely nothing. But he is still very suspicious. He'll take that insult, as we see Stormfront, one of the new members of the Seven. The story of A-Train continues. The next scene we see from A-Train, he confronts Starlight in her room, because he's still suspicious. He finds the dirt. Too fast for you, girl. Heavy flow day my ass. As he finds the compound V. It is exactly what it looks like. As he threatens what may happen to her if information is divulged to the rest of the Seven. As he realizes that they're pretty much both on thin ice here, he threatens her again as to what would happen if they find out. She counters. She questions his resolve because of the dirt that she has on him as well. A-Train has quite a bit of dirt on him. As she gets petty about it. Natural. As we are questioning the autopsy. A-Train already knows what time it is. Threatening the endorsement deals. And mutually assured destruction. A common theme. A common motif in the boys. As she shows her fearlessness, A-Train gives her a different look. Alright, girl, alright. I respect that. A-Train continues. Next scene that we get with A-Train, we see him chilling in a club with a couple of homies. As we see a girl slip a number over to him, he gives not one fucks about it. He's not in the best condition at this point in time, just recovering from a heart attack and now chilling in the club as if nothing happened. Interesting. And now, as you can see, the time of day that it is. He's been there all night, and it's now morning. He's feeling the effects. It's not good. The story of A-Train continues. The next scene that we get with A-Train, he's back in the vault tower, right after clubbing. And Queen Maeve looks over at him, basically stating the obvious. He's there, but he's not really there, as the meeting is taking place. Well, very next scene we get with A-Train. He's up in the vault tower and the corporate mogul is up in there doing damage control. He's saying that we are all vault and all this mumbo jumbo. But A-Train interjects and he basically says that, you know, we don't know nothing about this V shit. You know what I'm saying? Nothing about it. Once again, reiterating the point that A-Train ain't no snitch around here. But we already knew this. We already proved this. Homelander is just being Homelander. What can I say about him? He's Homelander. Yeah. This ain't about Homelander, this is the A-Train, baby. And now, the boss wants him to go out there and stop the crimes. And get to work, doing the hero business. A-Train is questioning this. The next scene that we get from A-Train, we see the Deep mourning the loss of his beloved whale. Homelander confronts him and A-Train is reacting to the death of the whale as well, because it's kinda gory. Thankfully no whales were hurt in the making of this video, thank God. Yes, the Deep is there. He's quite deep, for he is in the Church of the Collective. And Starfire confronts him. He's begging forgiveness and she does not want to give it to him at all. Who blames her, after what he did? He's also a douche. Starts off as a douche and ended out as a douche. Not very interesting. The Deep. Yeah, but this ain't about a Deep. This is about A-Train. Yeah, as Homelander barks his orders and sends off the rest of the 7, with the exception of the Deep, in order to get the terroristos. Quote unquote. Story of the A-Train continues. The next scene we get from A-Train, he's searching for the terrorists running through the tunnels when he feels the effects from his previous heart attack. He still has not recovered. He's still in trouble. He's still hurt, but he's still trying to push himself, and he's unable to go any further. The effects have finally caught up, and his heart is almost about to give out again. He's trying to play it off as if everything's okay, but Homelander senses his weakness. The next scene we get from A-Train, he's back in the water, feeling all good, until he sees Accelerate. Then he begins to question what's going on here. He's the fastest man. Why is there another fast man in the building? He confronts Ashley, and he questions her what's going on. She's beating around the bush and he's not very appreciative of this. Nobody likes when people beat around the bush. Homelander comes in, and he comes to set the record straight and break bad news. Basically to tell him that he's out. Kaput. Finito. Bye, buddy. We no longer need you. You can't run, so bye-bye. He's upset about this, understandably. And he looks at Ashley and he says, hey, basically, you used to tell me that it would be all good. And I basically was the one receiving coffee from you at one point in time. So, how is it you're now threatening my position in the 7 and kicking me out? Unacceptable, he thinks. But Homelander reminds him that he no longer has the ability to run due to his condition. He has not recovered from the effects of the heart attack, and it is affecting his abilities. As a result, Homelander already smelled the weakness and says, bye kiddo, you're out. Finito. Even though we're family, no hard feelings, man. The hypocrisy of Homelander. Yeah. The story of A-Train continues. The next time we see A-Train, he is on the Hollywood set, being forced to read the script of his farewell from the 7. He does not like the script and therefore tries to make some changes to it. He hands these changes over to the Hollywood director as he makes his suggestions. Essentially, he's trying to handle the situation and handle the Hollywood director. He thinks it should be left in an open question whether or not he's leaving the 7. He doesn't want people to think that he is gone permanently. But such is the case, the script is already set in stone. There's nothing that can be done about it. As the downfall of A-Train is taking place, he tries to handle the situation, but once again, the Hollywood director shall handle him. He no longer has any leverage, once again, because of the lack of his powers. He basically says he's not going to do the scene at all. But the director reminds him that this decision is above his pay grade and there's nothing that can be done about it, so better just suck it up, Sammy. Yeah, move along. And don't make things difficult. Yeah? Alright. Needless to say, A-Train is not happy about this, but the story of A-Train continues as he questions why he was ever loyal in the first place. The next scene we get from A-Train, he's on the set looking at a video clip of the Church of the Collective that the Deep is a part of, and calls bullshit on it. Stormfront comes in and says not quite bullshit, it used to stand for something, all this nonsense. Comes in with her low-key racism and all that crap, her snide remarks, without actually saying what she means. Once again, a racist that likes to beat around the bush and not be straight with what they actually feel and what they actually mean. Rather, they like to insinuate their racism. A-Train basically looks at her and says, do you have a problem? Yes, a straight question, which would require a straight answer. But apparently she claims that she does not know what he's talking about, even though she thinks that some people are quality and some people are trash. She just does not say whom, but she implies. As Ashley comes in and he's basically saying he's not happy with the script. She basically says, you know, it's a good thing, you know, you lasted longer than some other guys. And when she lost her job, she had to do some things but you'll get over it eventually. She basically tries to reassure him all will be well, but he says he does not want to do it still and he's being stubborn about the situation. She basically reminds him that this can go one of two ways. Either you retire peacefully and keep your severance package, or you get fired for shooting up on V and giving yourself a heart attack in the process of using the V to boost your abilities on the racetrack to try and get faster. Yes. Forced with such a decision, he accepts his fate and he shoots the scene that he did not want to shoot in the first place. He gives an incredible performance. Yes, the Hollywood director is very satisfied with how the scene went, as well as the actor who is playing Homelander. Basically says he's done a good job. The director comes over and asks if he wants to shoot the scene again. They basically think that it's gold, it's classic, we're good to go. A-Train says we're good to go. He doesn't want to do that again. Let's just wrap this up and get it over with. The story of A-Train continues as he continues to get disgruntled. Next time we see A-Train, he's being shown his music video performed by a white boy. Ashley is digging it, saying it's all good, you have your very own anthem now, isn't that great? He's pretty much given up on trying to rebel any further and just goes along with the situation, saying, yeah, that's a good song, it's dope, whatever. Could give two shits right now. Pretty much just wants to wrap this up and get it done, get out of there. He's tired of the bullshit. The look says it all. The next scene we get with A-Train. He's still on the set and he's confronted by the Deep, who hails him up and says, what's up, buddy? All good? All is well? Yeah. Has a bit of a tongue-in-cheek conversation about his downfall from the Seven, as he relays that he can relate to the situation completely because of his downfall from the Seven under different circumstances, albeit A-Train basically tells the Deep that he's okay, he will be all good. And the Deep, being a part of the Church of the Collective, basically looks at A-Train and says, well, I guess you don't need his help then. Which piques the interest of A-Train. A-Train is interested. He asks the Deep what's up. And the Deep basically looks at him and offers him a Fresca, one of the cult drinks. Basically the equivalent of Scientology. It's the Church of the Collective. The story of A-Train continues as he tries to find his way after departing the Seven. Next time we see A-Train, he is having dinner at the Church of the Collective by invitation of the Deep. The director of the church asks him why he's here, basically telling the Deep that his numbers have improved amongst the women since joining. A-Train is just saying he's enjoying the food, having a good lunch. Got invited here, so I'm just enjoying the meal and enjoying the Fresca. Nothing major, man. That's up until the point that the Deep has something to say about A-Train and how he feels about A-Train. A-Train doesn't like where this is going, as he has seen some of the documentaries upon this church and doesn't really go with that type of flow. He's about to leave when the director says he doesn't have the luxury to do so, as he spills the dirt that the church has upon A-Train. Yeah, A-Train is a bit shocked. He wonders why the church knows all of this and wonders if the Deep is the one who told him. While the head of the church assuredly tells him that they know a lot of things and they know how to be discreet about such things and they can help him to come back into the Seven. He's intrigued by this proposition and therefore continues to sit down and listen to what the Deep has to say. basically subjugating himself to the situation to see what can be benefited from it, what he can gain from it. The story of the A-Train continues as he tries to restore his power and restore his position back into the 7. He now must listen to what the Deep has to say. A-Train, baby. The next scene we get with A-Train. He's playing the part of the Church of the Collective and got a gift for the Deep. Attending a party, it seems to be the birthday celebration of the head of the church. The Deep essentially thanks him for the gift and says that the goldfish seems to know his name. He really appreciates this from the bottom of his heart as he introduces A-Train to his wifey, Cassandra. Yes, the inserted wife from the Church of the Collective. The head of the church comes over for a bit of small talk. Yappity yap yap. He tells them that he can get them back into the 7 since their political turmoil and downfall, they basically Vault needs some trusted products and A-Train and the Deep are it. Promising them back their position, A-Train is intrigued. But he brings up Eagle the Archer, who is a member of the Church of the Collective, who helped the Deep. The Deep vouches for him. But the head of the church says that he no longer exists, as he failed the church's program. A-Train questions what exactly did he do for him to no longer exist. Say what you want about A-Train, he ain't no fool. He questions the situation, and now he comes to understand the way this church works, and he does not like it very much. Not at all. The story of the A-Train continues. He's in a bar with the Deep having a drink, and they see what is happening with Eagle the Archer. He basically says he didn't want to cut his mom out of the money, and the church dropped all the dirt on him. That dirt being the fact that he had some weird sexual relations going on with his partner. As to why that's anybody's business is beyond my knowledge. But the church leaked this dirt upon him and put him in trouble, because he wanted to share his money. The Deep has accepted the situation, and A-Train's questions and thought he was a friend of Deep. He doesn't like how this goes. As his suspicions of the church continues, he spies on the conversation between Stan Edgar and the head of the church. Pow! The next scene we get from A-Train, he interrupts the conversation between Huey and Starlight. Frightens the shit out of them. A-Train, baby. Yeah, they wonder how the hell he found them. But it's A-Train, don't question this. She questions how his heart can take it. He says his heart is all good, don't worry about all that jazz. He threatens the A-Train, but the A-Train counters as he gives them some dirt upon Stormfront, because she used to be a part of the Church of the Collective. He gets this information from the church and hands it over to the boys. But he says he never actually did anything. He was never actually here. It's the A-Train, baby. He wants to get back in the 7, because that is what it was lost, his illustrious position. So he wants to get rid of Stormfront in order to get back in. The story of A-Train continues. The next time we see A-Train, he is in a meeting with the Deep and the head of the Church of the Collective. The head of the church, he brings up the fact that the archive information on Stormfront has been stolen and leaked, and pretty much insinuates that A-Train was the one who done it. A-Train feigns ignorance in the situation, but ends up having to admit that it was actually him as he tries to explain why he did it. But the church says this shows initiative on his part, as Vought needs to take a true anti-Nazi stance to the public. Yes, it seems the underhanded methods of the A-Train have paid off in this instance, as he is reinstated into the 7. He regains his illustrious position. He celebrates. He's quite happy. Unfortunately, the Deep is left out of this equation. He still has to worm his way back up. However, the A-Train is back, baby. Yeah. And ain't nothing anybody can do about it right now. Stick around for part 3 of the A-Train. Back in the building. Yay. If you like the content so far, do leave a like, comment, and subscribe. This is Shim Pim Pim. Bless up yourself.